This show contains explicit content not suited for children under 18, unless you're a cool kid, or your mom says it's right. Side effects may include laughing, anger, crying, touching yourself, killing yourself, jumping off a bridge, hitting the lottery. If you like this podcast, please share it with a friend. If not, who cares? You can get this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Full video versions available on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you.
Good. This is dedicated to all the kids like me.
Individual tattooed his entire body black, removed his nose, inked his eyeballs, and got rid of 2 of his fingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Brandon. This is the Brandon and Daniel podcast, and we're on another solo mission. I had a good time recording a podcast with Dan the other day. We started talking about my tattoos, and I don't have any tattoos because of my commitment issues. Now, a lot of you guys heard me complain about the drinkers, and I got a lot of DMs and messages about drinkers. You guys like to complain. Let's just say that you're probably drunk, feeling a type of way, complaining. So I'm not going to rip you tattoo people the same way, but I'm going to tell you why I don't have any tattoos. You see the metaphorical 3D, 4D analytical chess that I'm playing with you guys? Dan asked me if I'm a big spiritual guy. My body is a temple kind of guy, and I'm not. I told him, what I meant with my answer was I do feel my body is important. My body's a temple, but I don't feel like it's sacred. I also feel like we're a physical manifestation on this planet, whether we're gods or God's creation, to enjoy this physical existence. I like to think of us as God's thoughts in a physical manifested form. And if I was God's thoughts, I was put on this planet to enjoy the physical vices that come along with being a human being on this earth. And I do believe our body is a temple in that way, but I also believe I should have fun. Enjoy yourself. There's a balance. So it's not a big spiritual thing. It's more or less, there's another saying, never put a bumper sticker on a Bentley. Sort of kind of saying you do put trashy stickers on cars. You don't put trashy stickers on nice cars. But I've also heard plenty of rebuttals to this, such as, sorry to interrupt this podcast, but the producer told me I need to tell everyone to like, subscribe, and follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can get the full video version on Spotify and YouTube as well. If you like our stuff, share this with a friend. If not, who cares? Now let's get back into the show. Well, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley, but you do put tinted windows. You do put nice rims. Maybe that's like your outfit. But also another rebuttal I've heard to the you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley is race cars. Race cars are actually, they're just a big graffiti-filled, tattooed artist's dream is a racing car. Yo, somebody in the DMs also hit me up and said, yo, are you gonna hit that? Suck my dick. I'm here producing content. Me smoking is just so I could be a little more free and have a good time and show you the real me. I'm not here to smoke weed. This is not a smoking weed podcast. This is a comedy podcast, entertainment. If you're not laughing, get the hell out of here. You want to smoke weed with me? Hit me up, bro. You want to see me smoke weed? Comment. Yo, you should start a podcast where you just smoke weed, bro. You look like Cheech and Chong's Chong, bro. Are you Cheech, bro? Like, shut up. It's weed. If I had a drink of alcohol right there, you wouldn't say, yo, are you ever going to drink that glass of wine? I'll smoke when I want to smoke. I'll let this go out. Let's let it go out. Dun, dun. Sidetrack. So it's not that more of a Bentley is a bumper sticker. It's more like the Bentley than the temple, you would say. But a big thing tattoo people seem to deal with is they always have a dumb story with their tattoo. Oh, I got this tattoo and it means this. My aunt died and she got shot up, bro. Nobody cares about your... You go around telling people you're a walking museum, I bet. A walking museum. Yeah, walk away from me. You're boring. You're old. Tattoos have been propagandized to us through this thing I like to call modern culture. Tattoos were only done by certain tribes, certain groups of people. Modern society has developed and eloped into a way that has allowed tattoos to enter the mainstream atmosphere in a way that now it's actually okay. Before, you used to not even be able to get a job because of your tattoos. You have to cover up with sleeves, or you would have to do nonsense to cover up your tattoos and hide it from people. Nowadays, they're encouraged. You fools. Just a bunch of drunk, tatted up, sexy beasts. What's going on? You guys have tattoos with all these stories. You think your story's important? Yeah, think in your head why you got the last tattoo you got, how important it was. You thought of that story? Fuck that story. It sucked. It sucked. You need that to be memorized, or you have schizophrenia, dementia? You can't remember things. You need to get it tatted on you so that every time you look at yourself, you're reminded of it. Let me teach you something. There's something called the memory palace, okay? You can create this in your head. It's a way to store memories and create things that you would want to be there forever. So if it's not about the story, it's about the art. Is it the art of the story? Are you an artist telling a story? Is your body the canvas? I bet it is, you fucking cornball. And the worst is people who get tattoos and then want everyone to look at their shitty tattoos. Oh my God, dude, you got your tattoo in 2018. It's 2025, bro. It looks like shit, bruv. Bruv. I became British right there. So bruv, your tattoo looks like shit, bruv. Take it back, bruv. Bruv, go get a touch up, bruv. Bruv, you need to cover it up. And then, I'm so hurt. The regret. I could talk about this for hours. The regret that comes with tattoos is disgusting. It's like the younger you get a tattoo, the worse it is for your future, because you're going to end up getting cover-ups. You're going to end up connecting things. You're going to end up making parts of your body covered that you don't even want to. Nowadays, a lot of people are getting the laser tattoo removal because they regret it, bro. You know when you get a tattoo? When you're locked up and they don't let you out. No, they don't let you out. They don't let you out. No. That's the only time you get a tattoo is when you're in prison. Come on. Young Javier wants to give a tattoo. He just got out of the clink. He wants to practice on you. You gotta let him. You gotta let the young bulls in the prison tattoo your ass cheeks. You gotta get your name tatted. You gotta get names tatted on your ass when you're in prison. Yeah, some people have to do it. Not everyone, but some people do. And it's so sad how desperate. All right, so if you're not in prison and you get a tattoo, you're just desperate for attention. It goes back to the museum and the art, and you're not in a freaking Hawaiian Native American tribe that you have to distinguish yourself with markings on your body. Are you a cow? Are you a cattle? That's the history of tattoos and branding. They used to, that's a tattoo to identify cattle. I bet you China loves identifying everyone by their tattoos. When they actually, when you commit a crime, one of the most identifying things that you could connect somebody with is their tattoos. Not that I have hot bodies hiding anywhere, but you get what I'm saying. It's just a very identifying mark. Those people are screaming for attention. They want to be personal, stand out from the crowd, etc. You don't get your tattoo to be incognito. You get your tattoo to think you're a cool person, to have a relatable thing with someone maybe. Maybe spontaneously you went somewhere and you got a matching tattoo with someone. How irresponsible. I bet you have a matching tattoo with a person you barely even talk to anymore. Go ahead, look at that tattoo. Think of that day and that story. Was it worth it? If it was, call me crazy. If it wasn't, you're a cockhead. But I bet you that most people do look back on their tattoos and they're crazy, just randomly going in to get their stories, and they're probably very, very, they probably don't regret it because they're proud of the decisions that they made, even though they were wrong and they could have made better ones. I hate when people say they have no regrets. You live in a shit box. You drive a shit, you walk, you don't even, you drive a shit box, you live in a shit box, your girl looks horrible, yet you have no regrets. None. Not one. Your life is horrible. If I was you, I would have multiple regrets. So people who say they have no regrets, you're lying. But I bet you they do look at them and they're proud of the art that they created, and I get that. A big thing that tattoo people have in common is they seem to like pain. If you see a girl and she got tats all on her body, she likes to get choked. I said it. She likes to get handcuffed, turned around, beaten, spun over with a spoon. Whatever you think of, she likes it. She likes the pain, the thrill, the hurt, the blood, the anguish, the permanent, the commitment. And most men with tattoos are huge, muscular, strong men's men. Guys that would beat the shit out of me. So I need to watch what I say on this podcast. I'm just going to get a bunch of drunk guys with tats, a bunch of sailors and gangsters just beating the shit out of. Yo, it's that dude from the This is all a comedy show, kids. I just don't have any tattoos. I'm a contrarian. That's what I like to call myself. That's what I refer to myself. So if you ever feel some type of way about what I'm saying, I need you to turn the camera around and look at yourself in the mirror. Because I just talk about things in my life. I don't give a shit about you or anything you're going through. I'm just talking about what I'm going through. If you care, that's because you care for your own reasons. One of your first tattoos, the first one you got, whatever it was, whether if it was a half-naked girl with her boobies, or if it was your mom's birthday, maybe your mom's name, your mom's face, your dad's, whatever, an emotional tattoo, young, stupid decision. I guarantee you had to hide that tattoo for a certain duration of time at the beach. When you walked inside your house, you couldn't take your shirt off. You couldn't go to sleep with your shirt on, or maybe you had to sleep in long pants because you had a tattoo. And subconsciously know that it was wrong and you shouldn't be getting it. I'm not saying I'm your father or I'm your mother, but there's a reason for that. I would say there's a genetic, cultural, societal reason for that. I bet you when you got that first tattoo, you almost got kicked out of the house. You were hiding it from your mom, from your dad, from your whole family, from your friends. You were scared. And you liked hiding it. It's the thrill. It's the rush. It's the... It's that quick fix, baby. Quick fix, permanent, lasting reaction. You want that quick art, that quick feeling? But watch. Watch what happens when you're permanently tattooed forever. If I was to get a tattoo, I did think, I keep talking crap about tattoos, but if I was to get a tattoo, I thought of a great excuse or reason, I would say. I was watching documentaries on tattoos just to talk about this podcast and have some topics, some things to talk about in my head. Imagine somebody's entire body just tatted up and Ed Hardy, done personally by Ed Hardy. That sounds really cool. I think that'd be really original and really worth getting. Sorry to interrupt this podcast, but the producer told me I need to tell everyone to like, subscribe, and follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can get the full video version on Spotify and YouTube as well. If you like our stuff, share this with a friend. If not, who cares? Now let's get back into the show. And if you're gonna get a tattoo, get your fucking whole body tatted. Don't be one of those fucking pussy boys who go half-ass. Look at this. I'm sparking another J for you haters. Don't get a tattoo and just be gay about it either, alright? Be a man. Snapbacks and tattoos. You guys just do whatever's cool in society and culture. Oh, you sneakerheads too. Sneakerheads spending so much money. Oh my god. Somebody will spend $300 on sneakers, but wouldn't spend $300 on an artificial intelligence or a stock market or a real estate class to actually try to better themselves. Do that math and logic. Why? It's all of this peacocking that men seem to do. Peacocking. They like to just pee with their cocks to stand out. That wasn't good. But it is just a bunch of peacocking. Seriously, trying to stand out. I don't like going to the bars and seeing guys because I call it a testosterone filled duel. It's just a bunch of sweaty dudes and girls who want to get down in an area competing for attention. It's a very limited amount of women and a very big amount of men competing for the same thing. Men trying to be loud and one up each other's story. Girls trying to be as seductive as possible to attract as many men as possible to get alcoholic consumption and use them for the night. Want that kind of girl? She probably has tattoos. That's who you want? She's drunk with tattoos. But the sneakers and the tattoos is not a personality, dude. It's not. You just do whatever's trending at the moment. Why don't you try to do something original for once? Create your own sneaker. Yeah. Think big outside the box. Yeah. All right, I'll create my own sneaker. I won't just talk. The sneakers are going to be called the Brandon Bounces. Boom. Bounce Brandons. Bouncers? Bouncers sounds like Skechers. Hey, now we're targeting the bouncers. And we're going to target bouncers at security clubs. We're going to target and trampoline. We're going to do trampoline rental with shoes. You know how bowling alleys, when you go to bowling alleys and they have bowling shoes, we're going to do bouncing shoes. Anywhere you bounce, you're going to get the bouncer sneaker. And also now provided at your local bar and club, the bouncer sneaker. There you go. Don't wear Jordans. Don't wear Kobe's. Don't wear LeBron's. All your hyped up sneakers. How are you paying $500 for sneakers but you are broke? How are you paying $500 for sneakers but you don't have money to pay for groceries? You have 2 hours to look up the price and trade for your shoe, but you don't have 2 hours to meal prep for the week? Huh? Think, you fool. Tattoos and sneakers are both big commitments and really big financial decisions to make. It becomes a part of you. Oh my god. Car guys too. You guys are gonna get it the worst, bro. I'm warming up for the car people. Sheesh. You guys suck ass, bro. Oh my god. Car people disappoint me. Actually, it's getting pretty cool. Like the car meets and stuff. Keep it in your own little thing at the car meet. Shut down the streets of Philly. That shit is cool. But guys who just talk about their cars, if you talk about your car in public to other people who don't know about cars, you're a dick. You're going to be seated at the right hand of Satan. No one cares about your car and what truck you want. No one cares about the whichever fucking Ford truck you're getting. Whatever pickup truck you're getting, no one gives a shit, brother. But fuck your car. I'd rather literally have a Tesla than whatever piece of junk you're driving. And Tesla's insane. Tesla's eye tracking you. Tesla's tracking your testicle movements. How many sperms have dropped in the amount of time that you've been driving the car. Tesla measures your toes so that it's able to get an accurate measurement in case you die and it has to cut your foot off to continue driving. But car people are insane. People just want to develop their own personality, whether it's religion, politics, cars. sneakers or tattoos, people need a bigger reason to develop a personality or to be a part of something bigger than themselves. A way to identify and stand out. And I don't blame them. If you're standing next to a bunch of, I guess, men or women, if you're standing in a line of random people and they all have black or white sneakers on, and you have a pair of bright blue or bright pink, bright any color sneakers, you're going to stand out significantly and peacock in that group. But just know that that was that person's intentions when they dressed up. This is something I talk a lot of shit, but also I used to really not care how I dress. If you, if you think I don't care now, you wouldn't even imagine what I used to do back then. I really did not care. And then I watched, it's going to sound so corny, I watched the Matrix movie. And just to sum it up pretty fast, I've realized, oh, if this is the Matrix, and this I'm living in the Matrix right now, that means my living situation right now is a physical representation of the digital embodiment that I'm living. I would be in this physical capsule projecting this digital representation of myself onto this world, which would be me right now. So the way that you dress, whether it be for the Matrix or maybe like you could take it a spiritual angle and say the way that you dress has a energy, a vibration, the colors, everything that you do carries itself in a certain way that I started to care about how I dress. Not in an expensive, go buy some bougie clothing, but more in a, you need to have good quality clothes. Once you have that comfort and confidence within yourself, you're able to create happiness and good times for your entire environment. Everybody around you will benefit from you being dressed the way you want and representing your physical manifested body in a way that aligns with your internal self. Damn, bro. Don't even edit that shit, bro. This is also a little sidebar. Me and Dan be fucking around talking about production, this, production, that. I'm production. I do all the work for this podcast. Anybody who's listening to this, first of all, before I started the production with Gas Digital, I had already acquired all of the skills in my life to be able to do a podcast. I love podcasts. So then I thought, I'm just going to start my own podcast. I do the clip editing, the social media, the cameras, the mics, the Dan's gotten guests, that many, one or two. Everything else I've done. He doesn't even want to collab on social media posts. And I'm going to stop tagging him on those posts. This is going to be a completely me endeavor. I'm taking more of a cut from this podcast because of the work that I'm putting in. I just think everybody should know this. I'm a little stressed out, bro, because this podcast is doing amazing. It's very stressful, though. It's more work than I anticipated. And not only is it more work, I knew it was going to be a lot of work. It's just a roller coaster of emotions. It's like 2 weeks I'm on top of the world, and the next 2 weeks I'm at the very pits in the bottom of an abyss, and I don't want to look or talk to anyone because they aggravate me. Sir, I don't think people are on the same. When I'm trying to say what I do all the work and stuff, I'm stressed. I overwork myself every single day. I'm posting 3 to 4 clips on social media. That is not insane, but there's no AI or anything. I'm manually editing all of these videos and posting it because I know that the AI algorithm on these social media platforms want that. They want you to manually edit the video. So I'm not just going to have AI do it. So it's a lot of tedious work and I need to love. Also, for my audience, you will see not only am I host, but I'm production. I'm getting better, bro. I'm going to edit out anything in this video that I don't like. A little blemish on this episode that I don't like, it's gone. I probably just repeated blemish 10 times, and this is the best take because I can do whatever I want as lead production. Sometimes when Dan or anybody else that is involved in this podcast hits me up, I legitimately tell them, don't talk to me, production has a day off. Life has been very stressful. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth, even when it hurts. Everything done on this podcast revolves around me. Things go bad, me. Things go good, me. So when the other people involved in this podcast try to tell me, oh, we're doing so good, blah, 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 I don't really like to hear it because when it goes bad, they're going to be on my throat as well, pressing me. And I only want them on my throat if they're going to be benefiting me. But everything is flowing through me right now, as good and bad as that is. The captions, I don't know what I don't do besides say the words for Dan. And I even say the words for Dan because I plan the segments and the topics in every single episode, all the ads. Yeah. Sometimes I wish I just had help, man. But if I had help, I know the help wouldn't work as hard as I do. There's no one that's gonna work on my podcast and put that love in and effort in besides me. No one. There is no one that will put the love in besides me when it comes to making a clip, caption, making sure the words are spelled right, every angle, every frame. I'm the only one that's going to be able to do that in the perfect vision that I want. And I'll get better. I just started. First episode I posted was November 13th, and it wasn't even this podcast. It was it was the first, what are the Pokemon called? The evolution of the Pokemon. This was the first evolution of the podcast, was the Brandon and Ariel podcast. So the first about 9 episodes. And then me and Dan did our first episode, but it still wasn't the Brandon and Daniel podcast until about episode 16. And now it's the Brandon and Daniel podcast. I just thought I should give you guys an update because nobody listens to me, bro. So you guys will be kind of forced to fucking listen to me in this podcast. And not that no one listens to me, it's probably that I don't like to talk. I like to listen. I'm a listener. Somebody was saying if you're ever communicating with somebody and they don't listen, that's a lack of communication skills. I want to have guests and talk to people to listen, not to speak. This is not my show. If I have a guest, if my guest is Ricky, that's Ricky's show. Like, I want everything to revolve around him. The less words that I say, the better. I feel like that's a better representation of me as a podcast. That means he was doing a great job, and I didn't even feel the need to jump in or cut him off or say anything about it. Sorry to interrupt this podcast, but the producer told me I need to tell everyone to like, subscribe, and follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can get the full video version on Spotify and YouTube as well. If you like our stuff, share this with a friend. If not, who cares? Now let's get back into the show. I'm going to get Brandon and Daniel tattooed right here. I'm going to get Brandon and Daniel's and then podcast on my back. It'll be like a revolving. On my right shoulder, Brandon. On my left shoulder, Daniel. And then on my back, podcast. So people know I'm a podcaster. I don't play games. And then it'll be like a revolving 360 panorama around my whole body. I hope you guys are listening to this at work. Like, what is this high guy even talking about? The producer's going to text me tomorrow and be like, what were you saying, bro? You sent me some trash. But then he's going to edit this all together, and it's going to be a beautiful, magnificent story about the tattoo telling story arc of not liking tattoos, talking about tattoos ideas, to getting my first tattoo on the podcast. Talk about marketing genius. People who get tattoos are also people who go to the bar. These are all, it's just, I might just be describing. If you feel like I'm coming at you, I'm not. All right. This is just a very broad, generic term and ideology that a lot of people have. I bet you I could tell them their whole life. They love drinking, tattoos, cars, conspiracies. They work a regular person job, like a fitness instructor to construction worker to just your regular day-to-day man or lady with the tattoos. Guys are you guys with your tattoos. And then, so like I was saying before, it does matter who you get your tattoo from. You guys just trust anyone with your body. How do you do that? And what do you do as a good friend when your friend gets a bad tattoo? You sit there with that stupid look of acknowledgement, that stupid look in your face, and say, oh, it's so nice. Your tattoo's so nice. You lie. You lie. Tattoos make people lie. I've lied 1,225 times about me liking someone's tattoo. I've never seen a tattoo I like, but I've told people I like theirs. Oh, how many girls tattoo? You know how many topic? That's a topic conversation starter. But do I care? No. It's meaningless. It means just as much to me as you drawing a picture and taping it on yourself. It's like in your fridge. When you walk into a modern house and you walk on a fridge and you just see a bunch of magnets and family photos on the fridge, it's like, but if you walk in a modern house, and you just see clean cut fridge, stainless steel, nothing on the dishwasher, you know those people mean business. They're making money. They have a summer house in Aspen. Not people with magnets from Tampa Bay or their one Disney trip. Get your fucking tattoos laser removed. I don't know. I guess it's just me not trusting people and pretending that I've liked tattoos when I don't. Some of my family members have tattoos and they actually have meaning behind them, so it's respectable. But that's just because it's my family. Fuck your family. No one cares about your meaningful tattoos. Mine matter. You tattoo swindling. Oh, and then tattoos, what colors you're gonna get. Well, who cares? You're a child. You're just getting a tattoo because you want to break out. You probably do something with your job or you want to show off your arms. Maybe you're a bartender. Gay. Oh my gosh. So let's finish this off with a story in a jet. So I had this friend. Some are gonna call me a pussy boy. Soft. I can't handle it. You don't know what it's like. You're not cool. Your dad's gay. Whatever they want to say to me, let them say it. I'll know number one, I never put a shitty tattoo design on another person's body. I will also know two, I have lied about liking tattoos my entire life. And number three, anyone with a tattoo is a closeted homosexual. Also, the most generic tattoos ever. Oh my god. You claim to be artists and creative and want to do some originality with your tattoos, but then you get the most generic crucifixes, the most meaningless nothingness of empty void of an NPC. Only God can judge me. A crucifix, a butterfly, a rose. Oh, imagine you were human and you went to an alien planet and you discovered some of the aliens would take needles and put ink in it and make very small incisions for a very long duration of time and produce a lot of pain to make permanent designs on the other aliens' bodies. And some aliens would pay other aliens to do that. Would you let that alien tattoo you? You did. You let an illegal alien tattoo you and now you regret it. It's okay. You let an illegal alien tattoo a rosary bead on your body and now you regret it. Oh, everyone loves the alien tattoos too, bro. You should let an illegal alien make an alien tattoo. Now we're cooking. Now I'm getting somewhere. Because before, last 50 minutes, we got nowhere besides me just hating tattoos. Somebody who has tattoos is probably going to watch this and try to shoot me. And just know, you're probably drunk, tattooed up, not even focused. You're probably focused on what tattoo you're getting next. And I'm there locked in, clean, like I just took a bath, nothing on my body. Ready to be buried in a Jewish burial. Ready to go. But I need you guys to really stop with the generic tattoos. At least get something original. That would be the end of originality. If no, everyone just gets the same tattoos, then what would be the point? Everyone keeps getting the same 100 or 200 ideas. The tribal tattoos? Come on, bruh. I need better from my people out there. I'm not saying don't get one, but... And I bet you have a crazy inspiration and the inspirational quotes that you don't even live by. It's insane. Just say you wanted the attention. That's all I see when I see your tattoo and your story. You think people care. You think they give a shit. No one gives a shit. People actually care now nowadays that I don't have a tattoo. I guarantee you if you go up to someone, you're like, hey, what tattoos do you have? And you say, I don't have any. They're like, oh, what? He doesn't have any tattoos? That's cool. Why? What would your first one be? And then I'm going to send them this podcast. No, but realistically, I'm going to get my sleeves, my legs, my whole fellatio area. I'm going to get a couple tears from my big homies and my ops. What's up, a successful, famous podcaster on YouTube? Catch this full video on YouTube and Spotify. Then I'm going to just become a fully tatted up gangster. So you tattoo enthusiasts, please don't take this to offense. What I would actually really like from this, I'm tired, bro. If this comes out bad, that would suck. But what I really want from this, I would seriously like to interview a tattoo artist, prominently a successful one, who just wants to have fun. I don't want a tattoo. I just want to talk to him about cool experiences. They probably have great stories to tell. So if you know anyone who is a tattoo artist, maybe send them the pod. Just point me in the right direction. I'll reach out. But put the word in too. That would be nice. If you do tattoos, please, that'd be dope as hell. I'm sure all of you realistically have like a tattoo artist. A lot of people listen to this have tattoos. You guys have an artist that you could probably connect me with. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I feel like I'd have a great conversation. Let's wrap it up. Probably do a pod with Dan tomorrow. See how he's feeling. But besides that, like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify for those full videos. Social medias, X, Instagram, TikTok. Full video on Spotify and YouTube. Peace out, bro.
Good. This is dedicated to all the kids like me.
Individual tattooed his entire body black, removed his nose, inked his eyeballs, and got rid of 2 of his fingers.